In this video, using guest posting to increase your traffic. So what is guest posting? This is when you are writing and publishing an article on someone else's website or blog. Now, there are several benefits to this. Number one, it's going to bring in quality traffic to your website. More importantly, it's quality traffic from a trusted website. It builds domain and search engine authority. Listen, having a link on an authority website that's already considered an authority, a trusted site, shows the search engines that you're a trustworthy source. It increases your exposure, goes without saying. And even if people don't visit your website immediately, it does put you out there and your brand in the mind for the future. It's all about branding and exposure. Naturally, it's going to increase your subscribers, right? This is just math. More people on your website usually means more people subscribing to your mailing list. Now, this is assuming that you're doing the smart thing and you have an opportunity, an option for people to subscribe to become your subscriber, so you can have a communication line, an open line of communication, and develop that relationship with those visitors. So how do you guest post? Well, there are several opportunities available for guest posters of all levels. Before pitching anyone to guest post, a prerequisite: populate your website with some quality content first. Kind of think of this as your portfolio. If you're going to have some credibility, this is the way to do it. And you're going to need that, right? Before you just dive in and start posting. People want to know that you are someone who does produce quality content. So when looking for blogs, a few rules. Find blogs that are highly relevant to your niche. The messaging has to be the same audience. Ensure that audience is similar to your own, as I said. Look for blogs with high engagement, lots of shares and comments and activity. Look for owners who are active on social media. That's also a clue for you. So how do you find some of these websites? So the easiest way I've found is to use some of these keyword search phrases and terms that are specifically related to guest posting. We're going to search Google with some or any or all of the following search terms. So where you see keyword, this would be a key word related to the content that you're going to be writing. So if it's about finances, maybe it's finance plus the term guest post by. You don't actually have to put the plus sign in there, but you can try to see what gives the best results for you. Now, there are about 6 different phrases that we can use. So finance, guest post by. Finance, submit a guest post. Also just guest post by itself. Some additional terms would be guest post guidelines, accepting guest post, and write for us. And of course, including that keyword term in front of that phrase. Additional ways: reach out to prominent bloggers in your niche. Who do you know? Who are the players and the big brands that stand out to you? Visit their sites. Search social media. Get active on forums. In fact, just ask others in these groups that are related to your topic of conversation and specifically your niche. Now, finally, when it comes to pitching a guest post, when you contact the blog owner, you want to have read the blog content thoroughly. You want to be familiar with the content that's on the blog. First of all, of course, to make sure it's something that fits your messaging and your content. You want to read other guest posts on the blog, right? That's kind of a shortcut. You want to understand if you're even in the ballpark, if what others are writing about, if that's being accepted, is you're similar to that. Of course, you definitely want to read the submission guidelines carefully. And final step, personalize your pitch email and make it very memorable. Up next, we'll talk about submitting to article directories.